Hey food fans, welcome back to another episode of Then We Eat. On today's episode, we'll be making mashed potato balls. Have you ever had leftover mashed potatoes and you weren't sure what to do with them? Tired of having mashed potatoes again and again and again, and all you're going to do is just reheat them? Well, today I have a recipe that's going to change the way that you cook mashed potatoes. We're going to deep fry mashed potato balls. Now, today I'm going to cook mine in the air fryer, and you can cook them either way. It doesn't matter, both works. They taste amazing and your family is going to love them. They're very quick, they're very easy, and let's get started. We're going to start with 2 cups of mashed potatoes. They've been sitting out at room temperature for about half an hour, just so that they're not cold, and you don't want to use hot mashed potatoes that you've just cooked. So you want to make sure that they are left over or at least cooled completely. To our mashed potatoes, we're going to add 1 egg lightly beaten. Crack your egg on the counter. Make sure you don't get any shells in here. And we're going to give that a light beat. And in it goes. Now to this egg and mashed potatoes, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of chopped up green onions. I'm also going to add about 1/2 cup of fried up bacon. This is about 4 pieces. You can add as little or as much as you want. We really like bacon in our family. Normally that's not enough. If you didn't have bacon, you could use ham. If you didn't have ham, you could use leftover sausage. I would chop it up small or pull it out of the casing if it's not cooked yet. Or leftover chicken, you could chop up some chicken. That could be good. Just whatever you have left over in your fridge. If you don't have the bacon, don't put it in. We're going to add 3/4 cup of cheese. It's a little bit more than 3/4 cup. I'm at about 1.25 cups maybe. That doesn't matter. The more cheese you have, the better they're going to be. I've just used mozzarella cheese. You could use whatever cheese you happen to have. If it's old cheese, medium cheese, a flavored cheese, anything will do. To this, I'm going to add some pepper. Because I've added the cheese and I've added the bacon, I'm not going to put any salt in this. It's going to be salty enough. But I will add pepper. I would say probably between 1/4 teaspoon and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. I'd say that's about enough. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, and 1/4 teaspoon of Chipotle chili powder. Well, that's about what I have. As far as the spices is concerned, you can put whatever spice that you like in there. If you like it a little hotter, you can add a little bit more heat. If you don't like the heat, don't put the chili powder in. You can just add whatever you like. Now we're going to give this a mix up. This is why you want your potatoes not to be so cold, because they won't mix if they're really cold. You know what? I'm just going to get my hands dirty. Get in there with your hands, just give it a mix. Alright, so we've got our mixture all mixed up. I'm just going to give my hands a quick wash. Be right back and we can turn these into balls. Okay, so I've cleaned up my hands. Now let's get some balls. I find the easiest way of making these is to just use one of these cookie ballers. It works perfectly. So all you're going to do is just scoop out some balls, put them on a cookie sheet, and then we'll roll them. I find this a better way of getting a more accurate size. And when your tray is full of the balls, we can just roll them and make a little bit more room. So you're just going to roll them into a nice little ball. Because you've used the baller, that you've pretty much got them into balls already, you're just going to finish rolling them back out. And you can fit more on your cookie sheet now. They smell amazing already. We haven't even cooked them yet. I'm just going to finish up scooping out the rest of these. We'll see you in a few minutes once I'm done. Okay, so we got our balls all rolled out. Now we're ready to put them in some breadcrumbs. For that, I'm going to need a half a cup of breadcrumbs. I make my own and keep them in the freezer. They're always handy to have. We've got a half a cup of breadcrumbs. I'm not going to add anything to my breadcrumbs today because I've got a lot of flavor going on in my potato balls. So we're just going to leave them as breadcrumbs for today. And they're super easy to do. We're just going to throw a couple in our breadcrumbs. And we'll just roll them around. It's just that simple. I'm going to finish rolling up all the balls in the breadcrumbs. We'll be back after they're all finished. So these are the last of my potato balls rolled into breadcrumbs. Now when I'm done, they're going to go in the fridge for 15 minutes just to firm up a little bit before I put them in the air fryer to cook. So these are going to hang out in the fridge for 15 minutes. We'll be back after they've chilled for a bit. We'll show you how we cook them. Welcome back. We're ready to start cooking our potato balls. Our balls have been in the fridge for about 15 minutes. They're nice and cool. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to spritz them with a little bit of oil so that they don't stick to the bottom of the air fryer. I have this handy little oil pump sprayer, so we'll just give them a quick spritz. And into the air fryer they go. This air fryer makes a lot of noise. We're going to cook them for 8 minutes. At 375 degrees. Now I'll come back after 5 minutes and flip them over and check on them. Make sure that they're still looking okay. So we'll see you in 5 minutes. You can also cook them in the deep fryer. Make sure that your oil is nice and heated, 375. In the oil, they only need to cook for between 2.5 and 3 minutes. So that's the difference between the air fryer and the deep fryer. They're going to taste just about the same, maybe a little crispier in the deep fryer, but they're still going to be pretty good in the air fryer. Let's wait the extra 5 minutes and see what they look like. Welcome back. It's been 5 minutes. It's time to turn our balls. They're looking really good. Ooh, that one fell apart. Welcome back, everybody. It's been 8 minutes. Our potato balls are cooked, ready to come out of the air fryer. Let's see how they look. They smell amazing. They look pretty good too. So our balls are out, they're plated, they look fabulous. The one thing I forgot to mention is if you don't use all the potato balls that you've made, they can be frozen, and when you're ready to cook them, you just take them out and then cook them however it is that you like to cook them, whether it's in the deep fryer or the air fryer, or even if you just want to throw them in the oven. Let's try one of these. Yep, there's a nice crisp to them. They smell really good. They're crispy, crunchy, and they're hot. Oh. That is so good. You get the flavor of the bacon and the green onions and the potato, butter, everything is all coming through. So good. On the nice cayenne, the heat from the cayenne, yeah, these are good. I think I would have just cooked them maybe 1 more minute, maybe at the most, but other than that, they're really, really good. So there you have it. Quick and easy, fast potato recipe. Something different to do with your mashed potatoes. Hit the like button if you like this video, share it with all your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment down below. Would you make this recipe? If you would, what would you put in your potato balls? Or let us know what you would like us to cook next. And remember, First we cook, then we eat.